Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another simple quilt block using the scraps that you've got in your house because we're all stuck. So really quick, if you want the PDFs for this, make sure and join my Fabric VIP group. It's so simple, super free. Just go and click on my profile link and click on VIP, or go to my website at karinagardner.com and click on exclusive VIP. And I will send you weekly emails that are PDFs that are free, projects that are free, tutorials that are free. That's my group. I send you guys all the free stuff. So if you're not on that yet, make sure and go join. So today we're gonna do a block that I've named One Striped Row Block, okay? And as we are working through our scraps, you can see that I just have a bunch of scraps here and they're all different lengths. I just took them from my box. And so we're gonna make about an 8-inch block here, but you can do whatever you want. This is like kind of a funny block because if you're like, oh, I would love to do a 12-inch block, great. Sew enough rows together that you could do a 12-inch block. Mine's about 12 inches right here, but I'm gonna do an 8-inch block. And I've put extra on, and you're gonna see why, because we're gonna have to pull some off as well and cut it down. But you can see I've got some funky stuff going on here. We're gonna work from the top and work our way down. So what I'm gonna do first is I've already trimmed off the top so that it's a right angle. And we're gonna first cut a 2.5 inch length, okay? So let's move my iron out of the way. So I'm gonna do a 2.5 inch length from the side. And this is my one striped row. And I'm using a really tiny little ruler here today. So I'm gonna have to do 2 cuts. Not my favorite thing, but it works better. Okay, so I've got this one nice row that's 2.5 inches. And then I have this row right here. And what I want to do is I'm going to cut, because I'm doing an 8.5 inch block, right? Okay, so the size this way should be 8.5, not 6.5. 8.5 in size this way. And okay, so 8.5, and I have some funky pieces going on because then this way, let me just show you guys how it's going to fit together. So it's going to go like this, okay? But so you have your one funky stripe going this way. But what we want to do is we want to trim this down so that it is only 6.5 going this way, okay? So you're doing an 8.5 by 6.5 inch block. And let's just take a peek at this. It looks like if we trim it down smartly, we can get rid of a lot of this green because it's a lot of green and we want it to look really stripy. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up on my board, use my board to cut, which is not my favorite thing, but sort of necessary at this point. And go ahead and count out 6 blocks or 6.5 inches and cut it off and trim it down all the way down. So you should get a 6 inch by 8.5 inch block. And you saw, like, I mean, the point is it doesn't matter which way, well, it does matter which way it's going. You just need to go the opposite of whatever this is going. So you can see how these two are going to go together. And they're cut from the same thing. We do need to cut this one down to 8.5 inches. So I'm going to do that really quick right now and just clean up my edges, make sure I'm good to go. Trim off the top. And then I need to go 8.5 extra half inch on this. It should have been 2.5 inches wide. And so now all you have to do is sew these together. So I'm just gonna put those two together and then go ahead and sew them into place. Okay, so I just need to press that down. And you should get an 8.5 inch block like that. Isn't that a fun way to use your scraps? And how pretty would this be in a huge like a huge quilt, because it would look so scrappy, so cool, and it really is so simple to put together. So there you go, you guys. There is your one striped row quilt block. I hope you join me in my VIP group, and make sure and send you the PDF for this. And I'll see you guys soon.